Morning everybody. Okay, so today we are at Exbury Gardens and Steam Railway, which is again over on the eastern side of the New Forest. You can see a pattern emerging there, can't you? And yeah, we're going to give you a walk around here and tell you what it's all about. Okay, let's start with the car park. I'm just going to flip this around and you can see what this is about. So the disabled parking is right by the entrance and it's clearly marked as you come in, disabled parking, and there are a number of bays. It is the trusty gravel on hard again. You can hear that car driving past me. Not the most ideal thing, but it seems to be forever popular, unfortunately, which, as we know, isn't necessarily popular with us, but it's cheap, so they put it down. So there we are, that's the car park. There's marked disabled bays, so there's plenty of spaces for the disabled, so that's not too bad. That's a good start, but again, surface isn't fantastic. Okay, so once you're off the car park, you're onto tarmac, which obviously is far better, and you're walking around this way, I'm guessing. So there's the railway line. That's the you're right by the little station thing for the steam rail. Apparently it's all there is wheelchair accessible carriages, so that'd be pretty cool. They've got these steam railways things, turntable station, and more on that later. Proper coal fired. So although I believe they're using the diesel engine at the moment, and the reason for that is obviously because of the extreme dryness that is around. It doesn't produce the sparks and stuff that a steam engine would produce, so that helps because that stops the risks of fire, which is obviously something that's very important. So to be aware, sometimes they use the diesel. Anyway, we're walking round towards the outside seating area. You can see there's a picnic area going on. So if you wanted to get something to eat, there's a Jude's ice cream place over there, but I still haven't seen anywhere to actually pay to go in, but I'm guessing that that's going to be over there. There's another restaurant over there, so it seems like the outside seating areas, gravel, come on guys, let's get with it. Although over here is tarmac, so that whole patio, so that's pretty good. So that's Mr. Eddie's restaurant, so that's okay. Oh, we've got cream teas, but look at that, brunches, lunches, cakes and bakes, ice creams, tea, that kind of thing. So that's hard, that's under the shade. You've got sunny bits, so if you're in a chair, it's all rammed, easy peasy lemon squeezy, so that's pretty good. So that's so good. So that one over there with the VGF is not so good, but there we are. Anyway, more on that later. Okay, so Mr. Ed's restaurant, Donna's just noticed, so if you come to the far end of the building, so the well entrance to it, it's completely flat, nice big wide door, straight in, straight round, straight in the restaurant. So they've sussed out that that's a really good idea, get everybody in so they can pay for the money. So that's all really cool. They got all the usual kind of things you expect, nothing too fancy, which is nice. It's all fairly straightforward. Now it's patio-y, slabby, walk-in, tarmac, round to the main entrance, which is over there, so that's where we're going now. Oh yeah, so entrance is via the gift shop, which is nice and flat, straight in, bum bum bum, and check that, the counter is nice and low, so if you're in a wheelchair you can be served no problem at all, which is really cool. And then straight back out the other side into the gardens. We're going on the train today, and they've just told us just be there about 10 minutes before. There's a little map they give you which has got all the times on it, say be there about 10 minutes early just so they can get the ramp out, so you can get on the train, which is all good. So here we go, we're out into tarmac, so it's all nice and smooth, easy to get round. There's a map over there, so you can come over and see the map, and gives you things about what's going on at the moment. Riverwalk, Iris Garden, Centenary Garden, and you've got a big map there and things that are on. So at the moment there is a artist exhibition down in one area. So that's it, we're going to have a wander around and see how we go. So we're on our way walking down to the herbaceous garden. So this is a compact gravel kind of footpath track, can you see? So it's a little bit bumpy, but you know, the sort of thing that I'm talking about, because we've all seen it before. So it's quite hard. I mean, it's dry, isn't it? So it's not too bad. It's a little bit potholy here and there. Some of the main things were tarmac, so hydrangeas, I think that's what they are, and some bushes of some kind, probably more hydrangeas or something like that. To be fair, I've noticed a few places there's little cards stuck on the bushes and trees to tell you what they are, which I think is a pretty cool idea. Here's one over here, look, let me tell you what this is. This is a great white cherry. There you go. So it's really handy if you're interested in trees and plants, and if you come to a garden, you probably are, and I know it's just a nice beautiful place to come and be. So that's really cool. So yeah, some of the paths are like this, and some of the paths are tarmac. So, but it's relatively flat, lots of gentle slopes so far, nothing disastrous so far. So it's just got a bit of a push on, that's all. But if you've got a helper, then great. If you're on your own, you know, get them arm muscles working, you'll be fine. I say laughingly, yeah, it's going to be a bit of a push, but you know, take your time and get round, and you should be okay. Obviously, you can always avoid some of the areas, but then you're limited by what you can get to. I appreciate that. So it's very much that sort of thing. Yeah, a bit more later on, and we'll see how we're going. So slightly unusually, these there's some toilets down at the back end of the garden where we are, near Exbury House, and they are not separated. Well, they are separated. They don't have a disabled toilet, as in like a unisex disabled toilet, just like the ones we have at home, because that's what a house is. But the toilets are gentlemen and ladies, and they're separate. So if you have one care of one sex and one care of the other sex, or sorry, then you're going to work on that. But come on, so you've got a baby changing, and a pull-out toilet, which is like that. Now the ladies one is bigger, and they've got like an actual proper disabled toilet, the sort of thing we're used to in the ladies' side. I don't particularly know why gents are deemed to have less of, but there we are. So that's the gents disabled toilet. The ladies' toilet, they've got one of those, and they've got a much bigger disabled toilet, plenty of space for a wheelchair. So just be mindful of that. Oh yeah, so we are walking through the main gardens. Now we're on one of their principal pathways, they call them. So it is the compacted, gravelly, hard, as you can see. It can be a little bit bumpy. Donna's doing okay in the chair, but just taking it nice and steady. It's a gradual slope down. We're going down towards the river, the Bewley River, to an area where there's a viewpoint, which looks quite nice. So yes, it's where what Donna calls rebelling it, as she calls it, which is where it's quite we try to keep off some of it and just give it a go. So this is Top Pond and Mrs. Lionel's seat, so whatever that area is. So there's a pond here, so that's going to come up to us on our left hand side. There it is. And then there's a Japanese bridge to our left, which we're going to go and see. And then, as you can see, we're just heading towards the river and the viewpoint to the left there. So we'll see how we go. Okay, so it's worth pointing out, I've just spotted this. It's not on the guidebook, but there you can see Japanese bridge, not wheelchair accessible. The Camellia Walks. So that's just worth bearing a note. Don't take that route. But there are other routes that we can take. Obviously, there's a signpost here. There's the top pond. So again, we're walking down. It's still the gravel, hard gravel and we're just going to walk down to the pond here. And I'm guessing that this is we're only going to go as far as this and then stop. So just with that in mind. Okay, so we're in the tea garden, which is in the Sundial garden, which is about halfway round the actual gardens. So you've got hard, it's gravel but on hard again, you know, it's obviously cheap, isn't it? So you've got some shady areas over there, and then you've got some benches and stuff like this. And I've got to say, now this is quite good, some of these hexagon tables have got a wheelchair space, so that's pretty cool. That's at least partly inclusive. Okay, the surface isn't fantastic, but at least you can come in and sit at the table as part of the table if you wanted to. But obviously you've got tables with loose chairs, that kind of thing. There's a little step ledge in from where we came, which was over there, which was up the back path, but Donna did make it okay. So just be mindful of that. And there's 3 of those hexagon tables, and they've all got a wheelchair space, so that's pretty cool. And then you've got the herb garden over there, and then there's a tea room here. They've got cakes, ice creams and all that kind of thing. That is flat entrance, low counter, as you can see as you come around here. It's one way through, nice flat entrance, in with the wheelchair. Donna's been through it with me, and I'm going to rescue that and out the other side, so that was all really good. Okay, so we're at the train station. It's quite a big train station. It's undercover, which is quite good. It's all tarmac from the main building to get here, so that makes it quite easy. So that's all right, quite good. So you can, if it's a bit damp or something, obviously you're in the shelter, although you question whether you'd actually go on a train if it's raining, but it is covered, so that's quite good. Yeah, this is obviously the loading area, so you just queue and wait to come on. There's the platform side of it, and I'll take a little video of us loading on in just a moment when the train comes at 3 o'clock. Okay. So there's a ramp that they've put down. So I'm taking a little. Oh, let me get around. Saw the ramp in that video, and then in she's in, and I'm gonna sit next to her. So here we are. We are on the train. You saw it was a ramp. It's quite low. Madonna is quite tall. So we have to take the headrest off, but I'm in the same carriage with Donna. So that's really. There you go. So
you read behind him, didn't you?
You can see we're in together, which is really cool. So fair play, we're on it. And, you know, I've made that effort, which is really great. So well done to Exbury Gardens for that. I thought it was going to be like a rear loading, like a WAV or something, but it's a side loader. And the guys were really helpful, pushing her on and that kind of thing. I'll try and get the video of her coming off, so you get an idea of how that works. Okay. Okay, cheers. We've just been on the steam railway. We're just having a quick look at that. Oh, it's cream tea. Oh, that's my soul. So we're having a quick cream tea and a little break while we decide whether to. We've only been around half the gardens. It is absolutely massive. There's so much to walk around and see, which is really nice. So yeah, we're just going to have a quick cream tea and have a rest for a little while, and then decide what to do next. Hi guys, okay, so we've had a cream tea and we've decided we're a bit too fagged out to go around anymore. So I'll just join together what I've got. So essentially, you've seen the essence of the gardens themselves, what the pathways are like. You see the steam railway, entry onto that kind of thing. The other side of the park, which we didn't go to, is much more of the same from what we've spoken to other people. So that should give you a flavour of it. I'm going to take a photograph of the map. There's a little thing in there about accessibility. I'm trying to include that into the video as well, so you can see that. Yeah, so not too bad. There are other disabled toilets around. I should point out the one that we saw, there's proper disabled toilets in 2 or 3 places as well, so don't think that's the only one, because it's not, and they are quite accessible. So yeah, if you like coming around the gardens and stuff like that, a bit of a push for sure, but if you stick to the main paths, although they are limited, yes, you can get around it and see quite a lot of it, and it's quite pleasant. So yeah, there you go, short quick view of Exbury Gardens and Steam Railway. Okay, cheers, bye.